you can't trust mainstream media. You cannot trust mainstream media for two important reasons. First, mainstream media is a for-profit business.
Yes.
It's not there to serve you. It's there to make money. It needs to sell ads. It needs to get clicks. It needs to keep you so glued, so interested, so engaged that you're just going to keep clicking, keep scrolling, and they're going to keep serving ads. So they're not interested in telling you what you need to know. They're interested in telling you what they want to tell you to get you to keep scrolling and keep reading. That's the first reason you can't trust them. The second reason you can't trust them is because they are being overseen. They have to be shepherded. They have to be governed by policy, which is shaped by the federal government.
And he's not the only one saying this. What if I told you the news you consume daily is designed to manipulate your thoughts? When you turn on your TV, scroll through your news feed, or pick up a newspaper, you probably think you're getting different perspectives from competing news sources. Different networks, different newspapers, different viewpoints, right? In 1983, that might have been true. Back then, 90% of American media was owned by 50 different companies, 50 different perspectives, 50 different editorial voices, 50 different ways of seeing the world. But today, those 50 voices have been reduced to just 6. 6 corporations that control what you see, what you hear, and what you think about. And here's the thing. They don't want you to know about this consolidation. They maintain the illusion of choice by keeping different brand names, different anchors, different political leanings, but it's all coming from the same source.
Exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 According to a study by Free Press, just 6 companies dominate our entire media landscape. Together, these 6 corporations control 143 out of 184 networks. That's 77% of everything you watch. But it gets worse. Remember your local news? That trustworthy voice of your community? Well, 2 companies, Nexstar Media Group and Sinclair Television Group, own a combined 334 local stations across America. These aren't independent voices serving local communities. They're corporate megaphones pushing coordinated messages across the entire country. And when these corporations want to expand their control, they just buy more stations, more newspapers, more networks. Regardless of where you identify on the political spectrum, something about this feels deeply wrong. Because at the end of the day, these corporate networks play for the same team. A team of powerful interests that not only own the media, but pretty much every aspect of modern politics. You have a tremendously wealthy group of people and business interests. They donate large sums of money to politicians. These politicians then deregulate the media. So now, these ultra-wealthy players both have control over elected officials and media outlets. And what do? They spend a little money to make sure society is structured in a way that helps them make money. They also provide the media with talking points to sway support of the public in their direction. This is how corporate control works. Invest in politics, buy legislation, and make sure the public doesn't get too angry by controlling the narrative. Want a rise in defense stocks? Stir up support for a war in Europe. Having trouble with a politician? Support their opposition in the next primary. Need to discredit a critic? Orchestrate a hit piece, or make them disappear. At the end of the day, the owners of these corporate networks keep control by dividing the public or swaying opinion. They exercise this control by deciding what the people see, hear, and talk about. This is how they determine the agenda and manufacture consent and orient the people on an enemy. This is how they divide us. So the next time you're watching the news, reading a newspaper, or listening to the radio, remember, you're not getting different perspectives from different sources. You're getting carefully controlled narratives from a handful of corporations and politicians that have systematically acquired, consolidated, and dominated American media. Thanks for watching this video on how you're being controlled. If you found it informative, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us create more in-depth content like this. Also, drop a comment below with your thoughts. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.